Damn. Hold on, y'all. Whoa. What happened to the? I I don't know what's going on with the fucking graphics, cuz. The fuck is wrong with this shit? Hey, that don't matter though. Shit, at least niggas can see me. And this bitch glitchy as fuck. Yeah, man. Hey, anyways, but shit. We live. Uh see, this shit ain't gonna cut it, man. I don't like this shit. Maybe let's just wait a little bit until maybe it'll buffer in or buffer clear or something, nigga. You know what I'm saying? While this doing that, I'm gonna just be looking up some shit. So yeah. Okay. Uh, uh, yeah, man. One love to everybody, man. I think it's kind of clearing up. I don't know, man. It's just I look weird. You see what I'm saying? Kind of weird. Yeah, I gotta do some shit to my shit, man. I'm gonna definitely hydrate the shit out my hair. Damn, wrong way. Shit, the shit can't even pick up my motherfucking ethers the right way. Sorry, bro. Y'all give me a sec. I'm just trying to fix this bullshit, man. Trying to fix this bullshit. So hopefully the goddamn you know, hopefully the camera work. I mean the camera start it kind of get a little better or whatever. But right now, yeah, hold on, y'all. I don't need that right there. Don't need that. Oh, I can spread this out a little more. Okay. Hold on. Let me get this off the screen. That shit ain't make no sense. All right, so what we speaking on is how you are the universe, right? And I know a nigga don't be looking directly like at the camera, but I'm looking at me. So a lot of times when people go live or on YouTube, they're looking at them. They're not like looking at the camera. You see what I'm saying? So you fuck around, see the eye somewhere else, but it's just that I'm looking at myself damn near. I'm not even looking at the camera. But that's important. We do need to look at the camera So motherfuckers won't look confused, like who is he looking at? Right? So how I want to start this is basically, I can write a couple of this shit down because y'all, I ain't gonna be able to screenshot, so y'all ain't gonna see that. But hold on, let me. That's your solar. You got your root, your sacral, your solar. That's 1, 2, 3. Hold on, let me look up the. Ah! Nigga did not ask for all that. Hold on, now. All right, so gotta make sure I get that right. Let's. Damn, what the fuck? Oh, okay, root, sacral, solar. So that's your root, sacral, solar. And from that motherfucking solar, you got the heart, you got the throat, the fucking eyes, and the crown chakra. I bet. So the first shit I want to break down is like when we look at time, right? So on the clock, it has the long hand and the short hand. And it also has a middle spot. All right, so I'm gonna write that shit right there. You got the long hand, and then you got the short hand, right? So peep game. All right, hold on. I should have did all this shit. All right, so you got that short hand, and then you got the long hand, right? So it would look like this. The short hand right here will be the moon. Because when we study the moon goes in phases, right? So when we talk about minutes and seconds, when we study in time, and time is just the measurement of motion. So basically, the shorthand, like we talking about right here, this the moon, and the long hand will be the sun. When we study the moon cycles, you got monthly cycles. You also have solar cycles, but you got monthly cycles and you have yearly cycles. So on the moon, it has phases within the months. And the sun, it has phases within the years. So phases within the years. Phases within the years, because when you look up the sun cycle, right? Hold on. Let me show y'all something. And I done hell of a research on this shit. So solar cycle, it's called the solar cycle, but we can call it sun. But the solar cycle, also known as the solar magnetic activity cycle, the sunspot cycle, or whatever, is nearly periodic 11-year change in the sun's activity. So you got an 11-year change. That's 11 years compared to every month. right? Because if we look at the clock, the long hand corresponds to the hours, and the hour or Oris, Horus, moon, minutes, Monday. You see what I'm saying? So, all right. Now I don't want to take y'all too deep yet, but hold on, man. My mind just almost moved faster than I was finna show. Goddamn. Now let me show y'all some other shit. I can draw a model right here because I don't know what this is right here. But I'm gonna draw this model. The thing we gotta understand is the black sun. So okay, let's try that. Oh, flatter. Oh yeah, we're gonna get into that too, shit. So the thing y'all gotta understand is there is a center magnetic source point that is in the center of our plane of existence that is projecting. This is what we call the holographic reality. Because the projector, how do we get to the projector? The projector is at the North Pole. That's why it's a lot of mythologies behind the North Pole and things like that. So what I'm trying to say is let me show y'all that shit. When you see this middle part right here, that's the projector. The black sun is a black hole. It's an interstellar gateway in and out of this existence. So, but it's also projecting the holographic reality that we're calling nature or whatever the fuck we want to call it, right? So, without taking too much time, I want to show y'all a model so I can kind of get this better in motherfuckers' head. Hold on. Because I got, where is that shit? I got some other shit to show, man. Okay, yeah. We're gonna fuck with that too. But that's not what the fuck I'm looking for. You see what I'm saying? So like, one love, everybody. So like, what we gotta get, what we gotta understand is the black sun. You know what I'm saying? Like, how this planet is even set up. So y'all give me a set. Oh yeah. That's a good one. Yes, Sirski. Oh my mama, that's good. Yes, Sirski. Young nigga gonna get his point across. Hold on. Nigga gotta get the point across. Fuck you talking about, man? And I done motherfucking printed shit out and all types of shit. Here you go. There that bitch go. Oh my God. Oh yeah, okay. It's over with now. Nigga done got my shotguns. Who we got in this motherfucker? One love, family. One love. One love. Appreciate the one person who in this motherfucker. You know, hey, I'm lit. I'm lit, nigga. Hold on, y'all. So what I just showed was, okay, that's that other model. Now, what I'm trying to get y'all is when we look at this, that's the sun. The long hand on the clock is the sun. The short hand will be the moon. This middle point is the black sun. It's what this is. Hold on, y'all. Here's another model. That's the black sun. This the black sun. It's projecting the sun and the moon. And this is what we call Polaris. Y'all see that? So this is how this energy flows by. That's how our stars spin. So if you see this, this is also the Masonic symbol, the compass in the square, because this is exactly how our planet is corresponding like. So this will be the black sun, and the black sun is actually projecting the sun and moon. And by way of Polaris, this is a mirror effect. So what we call eclipses is nothing but the passing of the dark portal of the interference patterns. You see, this is the center. You see, that will be the sun will be the long hand, and that'll be the short hand, like we talking about with this. You see what I'm saying? Y'all see that? Hold on. You got that model, and then you got that. So like we said, like when you look at that, you know, you can look at it at your body, right? Because at the center of your body, yeah, it'll be your heart chakra. See, the center of your body will be your heart chakra. It's what's actually projecting everything like this, all these systems that's going by. So you got at when you rise up, it's increasing the blood flow. And the more you keep rising, the melatonin secretion stops. So that was at nighttime. You was secreting melatonin. It stops. And then as you keep rising up at 8:30 a.m., your bowel movements start to move. You increase testosterone at 9 o'clock, you know, acute altered state, you know, at 10 o'clock. And at 12 o'clock, you at your solstice, you know, right? And then we get into 2 p.m., right? At 2 p.m., you got better coordination. At 4 p.m., no, that'll be 5 p.m. You increase reaction speed. Oh, that's 3 a.m. So that's 4 a.m. right here. You know, this late afternoon, this is the early afternoon, late afternoon. And then you got your max blood pressure right here at 6 p.m. And then you got 6:30 p.m. mad blux. And then 7 p.m. you got your high body temperature. So at what would this? That's 7, 8, 7. This would be like 9 o'clock, right? 9. And at 9 o'clock, your melatonin secretion starts. And at 10, your intestinal movements are suppressed. And at 12, you know what's going on. And then you got 12 a.m. You at 12 a.m., you at your deepest sleep. 4:30 a.m., lowest body temperature. So when we look at, hold on, let me show y'all that model. So when we look at this is showing how your body is functioning by way of this. So I showed you this part. Get this off. But the actual motion of the movement actually looks like this. You see what I'm saying? Y'all see that dude right there? Hold on. Like that. And these two energies is split by way of the right brain and the left brain, right? So your right brain is dark side. Your left brain is the light side, right? The logical, mathematic part like that. And then you got your right side is your intuition, your creativity, and your spatial identification. When you wake up, the energy of your body rises on the left side and it drops on the right side. So if you was to look at the energy of your body, it would go like this. From the top, and then it goes to your left, and then it goes all the way down to your right feet, and it comes up and to the right. That's the cycle. Now I'm showing you this because this is what your electromagnetic field looks like. And that's how the cycle of the energy goes. But in the center, it's a spin like this. So down here, it's a downward triangle, and up here is an upwards triangle. So the energy goes like a real life field. But the field is the arrows is going from this upper path, dropping down low, coming down to the feet of Pisces, going up at Aquarius, coming all the way back up at Aries. And that's how your magnetic field looks like. And that's not how it looks like. That's how the energy flows. All right. So that's what I was talking about. The energy is at Aries. Okay. The energy is alive at Aries, and then it drops all the way down to Leo, Cancer, Virgo, Sagittarius, Aquarius, and then it comes back into Pisces, Capricorn, into that dark, Taurus. Then it comes back like that. You see? So when we show these models, we can't run away from this relating to the body. Y'all see that? That'll be the center of the planet. And it's projecting the sun and the moon. And that's Polaris. Polaris is like a mirror. It's the mirror effect of all of this coming into being. And, it's a reflection. So at the bottom dimension, this will be happening. These dimensions are layered upon itself, like layered upon itself. So look. That spring, right? Just springing forth up. If you track this the way your body movement, you'll be able to track how the energies of your body work and all different things like that. So this is how locations were set up. The west, that's fall. The winter, that's south. The spring is east. The summer is north. So the top of your crown chakra is north. That's the summer solstice. Hold on, let me show you that. Because at the top of your crown, you got an opening. That's the opening right there. And at the bottom of your root chakra, you also got an opening. You see what I'm saying? Now, everything is replicated from the body. So when the ancients talk about the 7 worlds or the 7 heavens below, the 7 heavens above, they're explaining what they knew of the reality. But it's easy because they're taking what they know consciously from the body and saying, it has to be a reflection. So how our body is set up is how the planet is set up. So when we study the real cosmology or ancient cosmology, it gives us a gist of how things are set up or how our body is operating, the energy. So when we look up your circadian rhythm, right? Your circadian cycle is a natural internal process that regulates the sleep-wake cycle and repeats roughly every 24 hours. It can refer to any process that originates within an organism and responds to the environment and trained by the environment. These 24-hour rhythms are driven by circadian clock, and they have been widely observed in animals, plants, fungi, and cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria. So the term circadian comes from the Latin circa, meaning approximately, and dies, meaning day. So the approximate day, or the 24-hour cycle, or more general called diurnal rhythms. Diurnal rhythms. What the fuck is it? Oh, okay. So they called diurnal rhythms. So these diurnal rhythms should not be called circadian rhythms unless they can be confirmed as endogenesis and not environmental. So although circadian rhythms are endogenesis, they are adjusted to the local environment by external cues called Zeitgebers. Is an external environmental cue that obtains, extrains, or synthesizes an organism's biological rhythm, usually naturally occurring and serving to attain to the Earth's 24-hour light, dark, and 12-month cycles. So what it said right here, it says they are adjusted to the local environment by external cues called Zeitgebers or Zeitgebers. And it's called, these Zeitgebers are called time giver, which include light, temperature, and redox cycles. In the clinical settings, an abnormal circadian rhythm in humans is known as circadian rhythm sleep disorder. So circadian rhythm sleep disorder, also known as circadian rhythm sleep-wake disorders, are a family of sleepy disorders which affect the time of sleep, arises from a precedented pattern of sleep-wake disturbances that can be caused either by dysfunction in one's biological rhythm. Your circadian rhythm is glued to the Earth magnetic field because it's literally a replica of the Earth magnetic field. So when you're off balance with your circadian rhythm, you get diseases because you're off the balance of the planet. Because it said the circadian, it said it's the process within a 24-hour cycle, or more generally called diurnal rhythms. Diurnal rhythms should not be called circadian rhythms. Hold on. Although circadian rhythms are indigenous, they are adjusted to the local environment by external cues called Zeitgebers. And we went over what this means. It's an external or environmental cue that estranges or synthesizes an organism's biological rhythm, usually naturally occurring, serving to attain the Earth's 24-hour light, dark, and 12-month cycles. It's the time giver. One of the founders of the field of chronobiology, his work determined existence of endogenesis, internal biological clocks, which synthesizes biological rhythms. In addition, he found that certain exogenesis external cues, which he called Zeitgebers, influence the timing of the internal clocks. So photic and non-photic Zeitgebers. So you got light, which is light is a more important Zeitgeber than social interactions. You got atmospheric conditions. You got medication, temperature, social interactions, exercise, and eating, drinking patterns. All of these are corresponding to your circadian rhythm. That's all you're trying to do. Get your circadian rhythm on balance, regardless if you're eating, sleeping, drinking, exercising, whatever you're doing. All you're trying to do is you're trying to get your circadian rhythm on the resonated frequency of the planet, which it already should be naturally. That's why birds and other animals, they know their location by way of being on the ground. They always have their feet on the ground, and they're connected to the magnetic ley line, so they always can get their locations and different things like that. We have created artificial system and artificial personalities to fit into these matrix systems. So our circadian rhythms is totally off, and we don't get Zeddy bird, we don't get Gabird, we don't get Jebbers from the from our external world, because our circadian rhythm is not even on sync with the biological clock of the planet. And this is exactly what it is right here. Everything that I've been showing. Everything that I've been showing. See what I'm saying? That's everything that I've been showing right there. That's the... Oh, shit. Oh, okay. Oh, let me just write down here. But that's everything that I've been showing. This is the circadian rhythm of the electromagnetic field of the planet. If you see the sun is right here, the moon is right there. The sun and moon don't control anything and actually don't give nothing to no planets. I don't even want to go that deep. The thing we know about the sun and moon is not true. They don't control anything. They are biological clock times capsules, electromagnetic interstellar portals. That when you see some solar flares, when you see the sun at a certain energy point, when you see the moon at a certain phase, it's letting you know the two polarities of the magnetic field of the planet. It's the signaler, it's the title, it's the representative. So when you look at the moon and its different phases, it's the representative of what phase we in within the magnetic plane of existence. This electromagnetic field has two polarities, and the polarities are played out within the sun and moon. Okay, I don't even want to go that deep because I want to say that for but like we was talking about with the Jebbers, we're not getting real cues because we have deleted ourselves from the natural cycle of the planet. And therefore, our ESP has shut off, our extrasensory perceptions. Any biological process in the body that repeats itself over a period of approximately 24 hours and maintains this rhythm in the absence of external stimuli is considered a circadian rhythm. It's believed that the brain's suprachromatic nucleus or internal pacemaker is responsible for regulating the body's biological rhythms, influenced by a combination of external and external cues to maintain clock environmental synchrony. Jebbers induce changes in the concentration in the molecular components of the clocks to levels consist with the approximate stage in a 24-hour cycle, a process termed entrainment. So entrainment in chronobiology occurs when the rhythmic, physiological, or behavioral events match their period to that of the environmental oscillations. It is ultimately the interaction between circadian rhythms and the environment. A central example is the entrainment of circadian rhythms to a central example is entrainment of circadian rhythms to the daylight dark cycle, which ultimately is determined by the Earth's rotation. which is determined by the Earth's rotation. Exposure to certain environmental stimuli will cause a phase shift, an abrupt change in the timing of the rhythm. Entrainment helps organisms maintain an adaptive phase relationship with the environment as well as prevent drifting of a free running rhythm. This stable phase relationship achieves in thought to be maintained function of entrainment. There are two general modes of entrainment, phasic and continuous. The phasic mode is when there is a limited interaction with the environment to reset the clock every day by the amount equal to the error, which is the difference between the environment cycle and the organism's circadian rhythm. The continuous mode is when the circadian rhythm is continuously adjusted by the environment, usually by constant light. Two properties, the free running period of an organism and the phase response curve, are the main pieces of information needed to investigate individual entrainment. There are also limits to entrainment. Although there may be individual differences in this limit, most organisms have a plus negative 3 hours limit of entrainment. Due to this limit, it may take several days for re-entrainment. The term re-entrainment is applied because the biological rhythms are endogenous. The rhythm persists even in imbalance, even in absence of environmental cues, because it is not a learned behavior, but something that is inherently in organisms. They call this the genetic code. It's not this, like, it's so retarded because we're trying to teach some shit that our cells inside our body is already on the clock. So what are we trying to teach? Goddamn nothing. So the term entrainment is applied because the biological rhythm is endogenesis. That means the rhythm persists even in the absence of environmental cues, because it is not a learned behavior, but something that is inherent in organisms. Of the several possible cues called Gebers, German for time givers, synchronizers, external timekeepers, which can contribute to entrainment, light has the largest impact. Units of circadian time are used to describe entrainment to refer to relationships between the rhythm and the light signal pulse. I don't even want to go. Hold on. The activity, rest, sleep cycle in animals is one of the circadian rhythms that normally are entrainment by environmental cues. In mammals, such endogenous rhythms are generated by the suprachromatic nucleus, or CNS, suprachromatic nucleus of the interior of the hypothalamus. The entrainment is accomplished by altering the concentration of clock components through altered gene expression and protein stability. So the circadian oscillation occurs even in the cells of isolated organisms, such as the liver, heart, as peripheral oscillators, and it's believed that they sync up with the master pacemaker in the mammalian brain. The CNS or the SCN, such hierarchical relationship are not only one possible, but two oscillators couple in a period without. All right. All right. So like that takes me to this, right? So how we just brought down, like, I want to read the phasic mode is when it's limited interaction with the environment to reset the clock every day by the amount of equal to the error, which is difference between the environmental cycle or the organism circadian rhythm. The continuous mode is when the circadian rhythm is continually adjusted by the environment, usually by constant light. Two properties, the free running period of an organism's and the phase response curves are the main pieces of information needed to investigate individual entrainment. There are also limits to entrainment, although there be individual differences in the limit or organisms, blah, blah, blah. Endogenous. The rhythm persists even in the absence of environmental cues because it is not a learned behavior, but something that is inherent in organisms. Of the several possible cues called Gebers, time givers, synchronizers, external timekeepers. These, all the deities that we know of, that we worship and shit like that, they are representations of the circadian rhythm inside of our body, the meridian points of how these things crash into certain organs, crash into certain chakra points, and project outwardly into the electromagnetic field. So these deities are called Zedigabers. They are time givers. They are synchronizers. They are external timekeepers. So now the deity of the dome-shaped firmament was named On. So On will be your crown chakra. And when it says the dome shape, that's the dome right there. You see it? That's the dome. You can look at this also as your electromagnetic field, or the brain cavity, right? The dome between your brain, or the dome within your heart. But it's more between like your electromagnetic field, right? So the deity of the dome-shaped firmament was named On. That's crown chakra, On. And then the other deity of the bottom-shaped firmament will be Ki. So that's the root chakra. The first underworld was said to be On, was said to be an extension of Ki. But later Krur. Saltwater Sea was named Namu, which became Tiamat. The Sumerians envisioned the universe as a closed dome surrounded by primordial saltwater sea. Underneath the terrestrial earth, which formed the base of the base of the dome, existed an underworld in a freshwater ocean called the Abzu. So Enlil separated On from Ki, which will be your heart chakra, separating the crown from the root, and carry off the sky. Which, when it says it carry off the sky, it kicked off this energy right here. When that middle part expanded like that and separated your crown from your root, it kicked off the energy cycle. So originally there was only Namu, the primordial sea. Then she gave birth to On, which is your crown chakra, the sky. And she also gave birth to Ki, which is your root chakra. This is the format of you coming into existence. And also how the earth On and Ki mated with each other, causing Ki to give birth to Enlil. That's heart chakra. The god of wind, rain, and storm. So the Mesopotamians regarded the sky as a series of domes, usually 3, but sometimes 7, covering the flat earth, each made with a different kind of frequency or a different kind of density. The lowest dome of heaven was made of jasper in none of the stars, home of the stars. The middle was made of sagamut and was above the Igigi. The highest outmost was personified as On, the god of the sky. So the celestial bodies were equated with specific deities as well. The planet Venus was believed to be Inanna, the goddess of love, sex, and war. The sun was brother Utu, the god of justice, and the moon was the father Nana. You see what I'm saying? So when you study all this, all of these deities is right here in your electromagnetic field, and they're representations of, they are called Zeitgebers. These Zeitgebers are time givers, synchronizers, external timekeepers, which can contribute to the entrainment. Light has the largest impact. You see what I'm saying? So the deities that we are called, you can study this by way of studying chronobiology and entrainment. This is how you get the gist of these deities, because they exist all within your electromagnetic field at different points of interactions and shit like that. And this is how you start to call upon these energies. You can do it on Pacific days because they align with that Pacific energy. It's all types of shit. But I don't want to get too far with it. We just did a live, man. This motherfucker was kind of a banger, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate everybody, man. I don't know what the fuck was going on with this little camera and shit. But like I said, like I be looking at my face right here. And I know the camera is right here. So y'all know a nigga ain't cross-eyed or nothing. It's just, yeah, shit like that. So I appreciate everybody, man. I'm finna get the fuck up out of here. I dropped a lot of knowledge, and we gonna keep doing this shit, man. This shit ain't gonna stop. It's forever with it. So one love, man. Peace. Y'all stay blissful.